Mapayapang hapon Pilipinas! Ito po ang inyong balerina ng bayan, si Macuja Elizalde, na bumabati sa lahat ng nakikinig sa DZRH Radio at sa mga nanonood sa DZRH TV, lalo na sa ating mga kasamahang alagad ng sining at kultura sa buong bansa. Sa araw na ito, ipinagdiriwang natin ang ika-55 anibersaryo ng Cultural Center of the Philippines na unang pinasinayaan noong September 8, 1969. Bilang pangunahing institusyon sa pangangalaga at pagtataguyod ng mayamang pamana ng kulturang Pilipino, ang CCP ay gumaganap ng isang napakahalagang papel sa pagsuporta sa sining sa pamamagitan ng iba't ibang programa nito tulad ng performances, festivals, exhibitions at cultural research. At sa pagdiriwang ng ika-55 anibersaryo nito, aalamin natin kung paano patuloy na itinataguyod ng CCP ang misyong ilapit ang sining at kultura sa bawat mamamayang Pilipino. Kaya't huwag kayong aalis sa hapong ito, samahan ninyo kami sa kalahating oras ng masayang kwentuhan kasama ang bagong Pangulo ng Sentrong Pangkultura ng Pilipinas na si Miss Kaye Tinga. Magbabalik po kami pagkatapos ng ilang paalala.
Programang hatid ay sining at kulturang para sa lahat. Magbabalik ang Art to Art.
Tinesting, sinuri, siniyasan. Ang resulta? Super effective ang Shield sa pagpatay ng bakterya at virus. Shield Antibacterial Soap. Believe ang mga eksperto sa Philippine Nurses Association. At si Mami.
Tiwala ako sa Shield.
Shield Antibacterial Soap. Napatunayang mabisa. Ang mga nurse, tiwala.
Hello, Washi! Laundry day na naman!
Yay! Anong meron?
Mancha ng chocolate, putik, may libag pa.
Kaya natin yan! With Pride Washing Machine Detergent, may triple stain-away formula. Tanggal ang makapit, madikit, at malupit na dumit mancha. Kaya easy-easy ang labada.
Mula noon hanggang ngayon.
All you need is pride. All you need is pride. ACS.
Usapang sining at kultura para sa lahat. Art to Art.
Nandito pa rin tayo sa Art to Art at kasama natin sa hapong ito ang bagong Pangulo ng Cultural Center of the Philippines na si Miss Kaye Tinga. Magandang hapon, Kaye, and welcome to Art to Art.
Thank you, Lisa, for having me. It's a pleasure for me to visit you, our next-door neighbor.
Yes, yeah, magkalapit lang
No.
talaga, just across the street.
Yes.
Pero bago natin pag-usapan yung CCP,
Yes.
can we have your personal journey into helping culture? I think in various projects of the
Yes.
CCP before you were appointed the new president of CCP.
Well, for the past, siguro over 10 years na, I've been working with my business partner, Andy Vasquez Prada. We have a home store, and we started it really to honor the artisans of the country. Find the best of the best all over the country. We really search, and then by doing so, find a venue of them for them to promote their products. So it's not just a regular home store. We are featuring our products next to the best from all over the world as well. So what we're saying is the Filipino artisan is equal, if not better, than the best artisans from all over the world.
Yes.
Dun rin sa aking store, we also make it a point to promote Filipino artists. So we mount shows for them. We've mounted several. Well, there's Ponce Veridiano, Jana Benitez, and a host of others because it is part of any beautiful home to have art. And art is not just decoration. It's personally, I think it's a way of life. It's an expression of oneself. So even the artists we promote, we make sure that they're the ones that also have the same background, have the same thought process as our store. Prior to that, I was, my husband was a mayor for 3 terms in the city of Taguig. And as the wife of the mayor, usually you're assigned many projects. And one that was particularly close to my heart was being able to promote the talent of the Taguigueños. So if it's dance, music, you know, Filipinos, you would know, of course, are naturally creative and naturally artistic. And from there, I was really able to see it. And siguro for the past, we're going to be on our 12th year, together with Tessa Prieto, we've produced a fashion show, which is a charity fashion show. But more than that, it's really providing the opportunity for one designer to showcase his or her best. And why is it different? Because in our show, for example, this year we're featuring Lulu Tangan. We asked her to be our featured artist, and she's like, "Oh, is there a theme? No theme. The theme will originate from you. Everything originates from
I
the
love
designer."
Lulu Tangan.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
You should come.
Okay, as someone who has always been so passionate about culture and promoting culture, ano po yung tumakbo sa isipan ninyo nung malaman ninyo that you're the new CCP president, and it's been, what, 4 months only?
Yes,
no?
yes.
So, what was that like?
It was really a surprise because, you know, I think like most women, we always kind of undervalue ourselves. We work with no expectation of recognition. So I was really honored because I saw it as a recognition of the efforts I've put in the past 20, 30 years. And aside from being an honored, I was really, of course, realizing that it was going to be challenging.
Yes.
But as
Mahirap maging presidente.
You would know. And alam natin na it's going to be challenging. But then that was part of why I accepted the offer, because I knew that with my experience and with also maybe my mindset, I could really make CCP something, I would like to say, restore it back to its former glory, because CCP was really the center for performing arts in the region.
Yes.
I think kaya natin yan.
Okay, so habang ongoing, of
Yes.
course, ang renovations
Yes,
next
correct.
door, no, sa CCP, nakapag-launch ka ng Young Music Scholars program.
Yes.
And you host it in Young People's Concert sa Rizal Park.
Yes,
So,
yes.
can you tell us more about this initiative?
The Music Scholars Program is an ongoing program, but we are making it something that's more standardized, in the sense that every year we will have at least 2 to 4 scholars, new ones, aside from the ongoing ones. And I think, we have names like Sisilicad, Raul Sunico, who were former CCP scholars.
Yes. Uh-oh.
And they are the most talented of Filipinos, but there are many equally talented Filipinos. They just need a platform to be able to show how good they are. They need the support of the government. And we are fortunate in that our present administration realizes the importance of arts and culture in any society.
Yes. Fantastic. So, I'm pretty sure you have other youth-focused initiatives and plans para suportahan ang bagong henerasyon ng mga artists, and for, of course, developing a younger audience as well.
Yes.
Can you tell us more about these plans?
So, one of the most important initiatives of the CCP right now, given that we don't have a theater, is our outreach program. We are expanding it. The CCP is not a building. The CCP is a living entity.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because because in our minds, when we grew up, diba, CCP is a building. That's a beautiful building, but nevertheless a venue. But CCP is way more than that. So we're bringing CCP all over the country, Tacloban, Cagayan de Oro, Bukidnon, Batangas, Cavite, everywhere where we are needed. And then that is our opportunity to promote the best of Filipinos, Philippine Philharmonic Orchestra. We support our companies, or even actually not just our resident companies, but any performing arts company that need help. They can come to us if they have an opportunity to perform in the country or even abroad. And by bringing all these performers, we introduce them to a new audience, because that's really part of our mandate, is developing and widening our audiences. And if they have to come here to watch, then they have to buy a ticket, they have to make they have to look for transportation. But if we bring them there, we're in plazas, we're in churches, we're in gymnasiums, anywhere where people are. And by expanding our audience and introducing the performances to a new audience, that's how we'll make sure that our culture and that the arts live on and expand in our country.
Yeah, ang dami-dami kong memories of being supported by the CCP outreach program nung bago pa lang akong galing sa Russia.
Oh, okay.
Kami ni Nonoy Furlan ay nagsayaw sa buong bansa. And it was supported by the CCP outreach program, because I was the very first CCP artist in residence for 2 years sa CCP under the presidency of the late Bing Rojas. Before a long time, that was a long time ago,
which we should revive.
But definitely the CCP outreach program is a program that has supported so many artists in the past, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be an inspiration for the future. Yeah, definitely we'll support.
Thank you so much.
But very timely ang pagbisita ninyo dito sa amin ngayong, dahil sa mismong araw na ito, ipinagdiriwang natin ang ika-55 anibersaryo ng CCP. So how do you plan to honor the legacy of CCP while at the same time, of course, offering a fresh approach to its programs?
Well, the CCP is 55 years old. Medyo may edad na kami, pero malakas pa and just getting better. And we are holding our anniversary gala on September 20th. This is also the conferment of the Gawad CCP. I'm sure you're very familiar with it.
Yes, I am, yes.
So that's going to be September 20 at the Samsung Theater. And on September 21, we are doing the show again, because it's going to be a live performance of some of the best artists in our country. And it's going to be open to the public. So that's what we really wanted to do more of, opening ballet, classical music, opera, and mix it with more contemporary music and dance, so that the new audience will learn to appreciate the classical, and also the audience my age will also learn to appreciate new music, because music, dance, it's always growing.
Yes. Always changing.
Always
also.
changing.
Marami pa po tayong pag-uusapan kasama ang bagong Pangulo ng Sentrong Pangkultura ng Pilipinas na si Ms. Kaye Tinga. Dito pa rin sa Art to Art. Magbabalik po kami pagkatapos na ilang paalala.
Programang hatid ay sining at kulturang para sa lahat. Magbabalik ang Art to Art. Schedule ng mga inaabangang konsyerto, update sa mga magagandang panoorin sa mga tanghalan at teatro. Narito na ang Art to Art Calendar.
Narito ang ating arts calendar sa disenyo at kultura. Inihahandog ng Noble Ideas Multimedia Productions sa pamumuno ng award-winning cultural and heritage arts impresaryo na si Zardo Austria ang Opera Maestra Gala at the Met sa September 12 sa Metropolitan Theater, Manila. Ito ay sa pakikipagtulungan ng National Commission for Culture and the Arts at ng Metropolitan Theater. Ilulunsad ang coffee table book na Opera Maestra, a homage to Filipino fashion, heritage, and history at isasagawa ang inaugural presentation ng Opera Maestra Awards for Excellence in Philippine Arts and Design. Magkakaroon din ng cultural fashion tribute kung saan tampok ang mahigit sa 100 sa pinakamalalaking pangalan sa fashion at arts. Para magreserba ng theater seats, mag-email sa austriafelizardo@yahoo.com. Sa pelikula, ipinagdiriwang ng Film Development Council of the Philippines ang Philippine Film Industry Month na may temang tuloy ang tradisyon ng pelikulang Pilipino mula September 4 hanggang 27. Tampok ang pamanang pelikula kung saan ipapalabas ang mga obra ng national artists tulad nila Eddie Romeo, Lamberto Avellana, Ismael Bernal at Lino Broca sa mga Cinematheque Centers sa Manila, Iloilo, Negros, Davao at Nabunturan. Magkakaroon din ng pagpapalabas sa parehong mga lugar ng Films for Peace mula September 15 hanggang 21. Kasama dito ang bagong buwan ni Marilu Diaz-Abaya, Women of the Weeping River ni Sharon Dayok at 3 taong walang Diyos ni Mario O'Hara. Sa September 15, tampok ang Liway ni Kip Oybenda sa Cinematheque Center, Nabunturan kung saan magkakaroon din ng diskusyon kasama ang mga Mindanaoan filmmakers. Sa teatro, ang Dulang Balete ang magbubukas ng 38th season ng Tanghalang Pilipino na may temang Revolt. Ipapalabas ito mula September 13 hanggang October 6 sa Tanghalang Ignacio Jimenez sa CCP Complex, Pasay City. Batay sa nobelang Tree ni National Artist for Literature F. Shonil Jose, ang stage adaptation na ito ni Rodi Vera na nasa direksyon ni Chris Miliado ay tungkol sa batang lalaking namumuhay sa isang maliit na bayan sa Ilocos. Tampok si Noni Buencamino at ang Tanghalang Filipino Actors Company sa dulang ito. Maaring bumili ng Tanghalang Filipino Season Pass para makapanood ng 3 dula sa mas mababang halaga.
Tinesting, sinuri, siniyasan. Ang resulta? Super effective ang Shield sa pagpatay ng bakterya at virus. Shield Antibacterial Soap. Believe ang mga eksperto sa Philippine Nurses Association. At si Mami.
Tiwala ako sa Shield.
Shield Antibacterial Soap. Napatunayang mabisa. Ang mga nurse, tiwala.
Hello, Washi! Laundry day na naman!
Yay! Anong meron?
Mancha ng chocolate, putik, may libag pa.
Kaya natin yan! With Pride Washing Machine Detergent, may triple stain-away formula. Tanggal ang makapit, madikit, at madupit na tumitmantsa. Kaya easy-easy ang labada.
Mula noon hanggang ngayon.
All you need is pride. All you need is pride. ACS.
Usapang sining at kultura para sa lahat. Art to Art.
Andito pa rin tayo sa Art to Art at kasama pa rin natin ang kasalukuyang Pangulo ng Sentrong Pangkultura ng Pilipinas na si Ms. Kaye Tinga. So, your background in promoting Filipino design, talents, and local artisans is of course very well known. You talked about it earlier in the program. Paano mo balak isama ang interest mo ang interest mo dito sa design and local artisans and of course the initiatives of the CCP, especially in reaching out to the various communities?
I think we have a very big opportunity to highlight the work of our artisans alongside our performing artists. I've had the fortune of visiting museums in other countries, and nowadays, if you visit, for example, the opening or the launch of even an exhibit on sculpture from all over the world, it's always alongside the performance. Because nowadays, I think people have more access through YouTube, through social media, through mainstream media, and we are more mature, a more mature audience, and I think it's really important to be able to keep the interest alive and by highlighting, for example, a bulol from a very old one, let's say, alongside indigenous dancers, then you give more importance to the bulol. At the same time, it also explains a lot of things about the dance. So that's the kind of synergy we want to work on with our artists, and that dance is not just dance. Dance is music, dance is costume, dance is production design. And those are the things we would like to highlight, that it's not just one thing that makes, for example, a ballet, but
Yeah.
it's all these things that
Yeah.
make a ballet performance what it really is.
And we'll see that on September 20
Yes,
and
we'll see
21,
that.
no? In
Yes.
the Samsung Theater. Exciting.
Exciting. We hope to see you there.
Yeah.
You are one of number one on the list as one of our most important artists.
I'll be there for sure. But as a businesswoman
Yes, yes.
and philanthropist, paano mo naman napasasabay ang mga responsibilidad sa CCP at sa iyong mga personal advocacies?
I think most women will understand. Most women are multitaskers. And I'm lucky in that my children are older. Maybe just maybe 5 years ago, that would have been more difficult for me to make the jump. But my eldest is already in her late 20s. My youngest is 17, about to go to college. So I have the time to really be able to put the kind of attention that is needed in the position. So and because of what I've done, I think I also know a lot of the players in the industry, the stakeholders, the movers and shakers, and I've found that people are willing and happy to be able to support the CCP in different ways, through their talent, through their skills, financially, through their connections, through their linkages. And you can see that Filipino arts and culture is alive just by the kind of response I got when I was appointed into office.
Okay. But a lot of people think
Yes.
that art and business
Yes.
don't really mix. How do you feel about that?
Okay, I think maybe it's more misunderstood because we always say like art cannot live in a vacuum. Let's say I made the most beautiful sculpture, and that's for me. But part of being an artist is being able to share our thoughts, our ideas, and that's where the business part comes in. You may be the best artist in the world, but if nobody sees your work, then your ideas were not shared.
It's very true.
So I think that's really important, and that's what we're doing now in the CCP. Yes, we've done it in the past, but now we really are trying to impress upon the CCP that importance of mixing art and the commercial nature so we can expand our audiences, and that is our mandate, to expand our audiences and to develop artists, because now we see that the art scene is very active in the country. Then there are more artists, we see more and more new and young artists, and the same will go for our scholar, for our music scholars, for our dance scholars.
Okay. Sana naman mabukas ang CCP para sa mga outside, hindi lang mga resident companies
Yes.
sana,
Oh.
pero mga outsiders.
Yes, yes.
Kasi bilang ako dun.
CCP
Kasama ako dun sa mga outsiders ngayon.
Never. How can you be an outsider? CCP will always be your home, and CCP should always be the home of all artists, especially the best of Filipino artists. Actually, because CCP, that's part of our mandate to provide the performing venue for artists. Whether it's a company like Bali Manila or even individual, a poet, or a rapper. So CCP is there as long as you're excellent, as long as you bring out the best in a Filipino. CCP is always there.
Yes. I know that kasi nga nung nasunog ang Aliw Theater
Yes.
in 2019,
Yes.
CCP was the first to give us a venue grant for the Giselle
Yes.
that was supposed to be performed like a week later, no? So very emotional yung time na yun.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
And the same for Aliw Theater, no? Last week, maybe a few weeks ago, we were supposed to hold a concert
PPO,
at PPO.
Yes, naghanap talaga ng venue ang PPO. And of course, well, it's a collaborative
Yes.
experience naman talaga. And we're always, next door neighbors, we're always ready to help each other.
Good neighbors.
Okay. But with the rise
Yes.
of digital platforms, may plano ba ang CCP na palawakin ang online presence nito para sa, of course, mas maabot pa ang mas maraming tao, lalo na ang mga kabataan?
Oh, definitely. We are all in the process of digitizing our archives. At the same time, our new content is available online. Not all, but a lot. And you can see it through our YouTube channel, through our Facebook, Instagram. We're also on TikTok for the young people. But I think equally important, but not as known, are the arts education and cultural exchange programs of the CCP. Those were the things I was pleasantly surprised to discover when I joined the institution. And so we hold training programs for teachers and students alike, and these are available online. For example, we search for indigenous games or dances from all over the country na baka in another generation na wala na.
Mawawala na, yes.
So we train teachers, and we also have students who participate in the workshops, and this is held all over the country. So we would like to grow this further. We also provide educational materials aside from being online. But of course, as we know, the quickest way really to reach a wider audience is through online.
Yes.
Through our online presence.
Okay. It's only been 4 months.
Yes.
Pero ano yung pinakamalaking challenge na hinarap mo, and how are you coping with that?
I think maybe it's clear for most the rehabilitation of the CCP. We're 55 years old, and this is the first big renovation that we have done. You know, it was originally supposed to be just touch-up. Parang make-up, touch-up lang.
2 years, no? Or 3-year plan?
3 years.
Yeah.
But then when we had conducted a building survey, we discovered many things that should be fixed already. And it turned out to
Siyempre
be...
naman, wear and tear of 55 years.
Yes,
oo.
exactly. And also, the engineering guidelines of 55 years, hindi napapasa ngayon. So that's also... At the same time, we are, of course, we are also a heritage building designed by Leandro Locsin.
Yes, yes.
And any building over 50 years is automatically a heritage building. So we have to stay true to the structure.
Maraming restrictions,
Maraming
no? Oo,
restrictions.
okay.
So even finding a way to, for example, reinforce the column, it's not any other project. Sisirain mo na lang and rebuild. We cannot do that.
Yeah.
So it has to be creative, and also more research has to be done. So it's really not an ordinary rehabilitation. At the same time, which means we still don't have a venue, and it limits us in terms of performance. That's why the outreach program has become more important than ever, because we really need to reach a big audience.
Yes. And you can always go to Aliw Theater next door.
Thank you. yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, well, so as mentioned earlier, today is the 55th anniversary of the CCP. Ito ay isang malaking milestone. As you lead the CCP into its next chapter, ano ang mensahe nais mong iparating sa mga Pilipino tungkol sa kahalagahan ng sining at kultura at sa paghubog ng kinabukasan ng ating bansa?
Ang sining at kultura ay kasing halaga ng math, sciences, sa edukasyon ng isang bata. You know, we have a lot of concentration on STEM. We always hear that. But the value of arts and culture should not be discounted. At a young age, children should be exposed to arts and culture. It teaches us to develop critical thinking, to solve problems, and to understand things in a low-stakes environment. You know, you look at a work of art, your interpretation and my interpretation would be different. And if at a young age, a child is able to develop that, then that will serve each and every one of us well into adulthood. You know, especially with social media, there's a proliferation of fake news. Critical thinking will teach us discernment. And that is really the mandate of the CCP to develop arts and culture and to bring it to a wider audience. So to our audience, I just like to reiterate that arts and culture is for everyone. It is
Huwag
not,
matakot.
Huwag matakot, correct. It is not for the elite. It's not for people with PhDs. It is for everyone. Give it a chance. And if you do, you can only be a better person for it.
Maraming salamat sa
Thank
pagdalaw ninyo dito sa amin sa hapong ito, Miss Kaye. And of course, happy 55th anniversary to the Cultural Center of the Philippines. Rest assured na palaging bukas ang aming programa para suportahan ang inyong mga proyekto para sa ikauunlad ng sining at kulturang Pilipino.
Maraming salamat, Lisa.
Hanggang sa susunod na linggo, samahan ninyo kami ulit dito sa Art to Art, kung saan ang usapang sining at kultura ay para sa lahat. Ito po ang inyong balerina ng bayan, Macuja Elizalde, nagpupugay sa artistang Pilipino.